So there's a few highlights of our summer. It's been very busy. We haven't had the camera on all the time for a number of reasons. We were ill, we had a really bad virus, and obviously we had a baby. That was a momentous moment in our lives, and we wanted to cherish it and appreciate it. And then we had their grandparents come out. So again, we had a lot of family time. We filmed some little snippets, and I wasn't sure what to do with them because they didn't really go into kind of a cohesive video. They're just funny little videos, short videos that don't really fit into a vlog. You can have a laugh at us doing DIY, you can have an ogle at me chopping up logs. We wanted to create more of a kind of community so people get kind of stuff that's a little bit fun, a little bit different than what we're putting out on YouTube. So we thought it would be a great way to connect with you by setting up a Patreon page where we can post updates, videos, any photos, and you can donate as little as you want or as much as you want. Really, our goal is to build a community and have as many of you join us along this journey and to motivate us to continue making videos. And any of the funds will go towards music licensing right now, but eventually the production values of these videos hopefully will improve over time with your help. So Rebecca and I are just going to show you around and all the jobs we kind of haven't finished or where they're at, so you get a better idea and we can kind of tie those things up or continue with them in the coming months. But if you haven't seen our garden tour, Rebecca's done a really lovely video showing us around, and we really have to thank my mum and her parents for coming out and helping us with that, making it look nice. So do check it out, it's up there. Because yeah, it gives you a nice little update, and hopefully every year we'll continue to do that. The wall where we were going to do the outdoor kitchen, we kind of talked about it when we first started. Around that time, prices of wood, prices of ceramic tiles, all these sorts of things just rocketed up by like 3 times the price. So any non-essential projects are just going on hold. So that's on hold, but we still obviously want to do that in the coming years. Still haven't managed to finish this because it needs rebuilding. This is all kind of earth in here, and I kind of need to take it out and build it up. But I will be finishing that in the next couple of months before winter comes. Get this nice little area ready, and we can kind of sit out here. This was the wall we did before, which is still looking good. We haven't quite put a fence up here yet. Again, the wall on the other side is really crumbling down, and I think that that's to do with the heavy cement on top here. And I think it's also been pointed with cement. So I think doing that front of the wall, making that supportive, taking this off and then putting a fence in front of it is probably best. It'd be really nice to get this sorted for spring next year. We can sit out here and our boy can watch the tractors.
This room here, which you may well remember, we've kind of just demolished. We had 2 incredible workaways come earlier on in the year who gave us loads of knowledge and inspiration and everything, and they really helped us with this room. We knocked it right back, and you can see more about what we did in this video. And then to put it back together, there were obviously problems because nothing with the renovation runs smoothly. We ordered in all the insulation, the membrane and everything, and we were told it would be ready that week to collect. And then when we phoned up again to make sure, they said no, it wasn't going to be in stock for a couple of weeks. So unfortunately, Basti and Yeva couldn't stay with us forever. And it wasn't the kind of job that could be done easily by one person. You know, we're talking massive bits of insulation and big plasterboard. So we've got it all ready to go, and we're just waiting for some help with that, because at this point I was really pregnant and I wasn't going to be hopping up and down a ladder to help Brooke out. Bastian was due to come back in June, but unfortunately at that point we were all hit by a virus, so we were like, don't come because we're not in any fit state. Hopefully he should be back in October, so there'll be lots of content then, and this room should be finished because, like I say, we've got everything ready to go. It actually turned out to be a really good thing that we didn't get the room done. In the summer we had some really heavy rainstorms, and we discovered we had a leak up in this corner. It's only when the rain is really heavy, and I think when the wind is in a particular direction. So it wasn't a huge leak. Having said that, when the rain came in, wow, it really came in. If we'd done the room and then we had this leak, that would have been so devastating. So actually, it's quite good that we found out before we put all the insulation and plasterboard in, we could fix the leak. Brooke did that in the searing sun, tested it, seems all good. Now we can finish the room knowing that it should be completely watertight. You may have also seen us start to rewire the house, and there's going to be some funny outtakes for our patrons this week. You'll know from our home tour video that there's quite a lot of work we want to do in terms of changing the layout downstairs. And so when we're rewiring the house, we want to do it based on that new layout. So it requires a little bit of thinking, but the rewiring is definitely something that we will be continuing over the next few months, with the radiators being a real priority to get them hooked up to the new box. I did this socket here. It's the first socket I've ever done, and I'm really proud of doing it, even though it's not finished. It needs to be plastered around and the cover put on.
So we've never really shown you around this other house, and we actually did live here for a couple of months at the start and over Christmas, because we had the log burner, there was a cooker, but it just wasn't functional with a young child. So we haven't really shown a full tour, but we do have kind of shots of how it was, and actually it's not too bad. There's not a huge amount to do. The main problem here is still, but it was humidity and damp. And there are a number of factors because of that, and I think we're going to focus and talk about that in a later video. The main damp issue was in this bathroom here. Now what we did with Bastien was we started to knock down the gypsum blocks, which were completely mouldy, black mould. They were rotting at the bottom, so all of this has gone. Behind it there was a cement kind of render. That's come off. Again, not great for humidity, especially on these bricks. They need to breathe. And again, the back wall as well. So the floor is quite interesting. There were tiles, and then under that there are some other tiles which haven't quite dug up yet. But you would come in here and it really smelled damp. It was just holding moisture. And there's a number of reasons. You can see some roots from outside have made their way in and crawled along this kind of gap here, where it seems as though it's just kind of earth or maybe under the foundation. So that's a huge problem that we need to dig up and kill off, because I think it's the paper mulberries, and we've spoken about the paper mulberries before. They're right at the back of the house. I managed to cut them down. There's still a few, but the roots will just continue to grow and they'll find anywhere to get in, and they've come through the house. The two reasons for doing the bathroom are it was moldy, it was just horrible, but also the drainage and the pipes were all, I don't know what it is. What's that, 4 centimeters? Maybe a 4 centimeter pipe. They were macerated toilets, and then it would kind of take it out through these thin pipes, and yeah, they're not going to the fosse. Let's put it that way. And this has been whoever did this knew this and has done this with that knowledge, and so you would get a lot of feedback as well. So the main important thing is you're not going to have noisy macerated toilets. You put in a 10mm pipe, you dig it out going along here, you take it to the pump, and it goes to the fosse. That's why we're doing it upstairs and downstairs. There's the bathroom upstairs and here. The reason for taking the cement off the walls is to let it breathe, let it dry out. And I tell you what, it's been 2 months just leaving it like this pretty much, and it's so much better. So there's a lot to do in here. And the real aim is actually to get this place downstairs functional, ready to rent out next year for people to stay in for the summer, for Easter. And I don't think there's a huge amount of work once you've done the bathroom. Maybe just update things in the kitchen. But for me, just it smelling better, it not being damp, I think that's so important.
Thank you for watching this video. We really enjoy sharing our progress or lack of it with you, and it really spurs us on to create more videos and do more around the house and garden. As Brooke mentioned, we have started a Patreon page which you can join for as much or as little as you want. And also, if you don't want to pay, you can still follow, and we will be posting public updates. So it's a really good way currently for us to connect with you, let you know what's going on outside of the videos as well. Next week, as an intro launch, we will be posting videos every day from Sunday today until next Sunday. So every day there will be something new if you do become a patron. And if not, we will be back on Wednesday on YouTube with a video introducing us, a bit about our backstory, what we're doing here, where we hope to go going forward. So see you then. Bye.